Cookie Babes. Welcome to the Paranormal Palette, a show where a busy mom like me, as you can see, crazy kids coming in and out, gets ready with the most basic makeup routine and tells you a hopefully creepy story with a paranormal twist. I'm Jessie. So, by the grace of God, my husband and I are going on a date. We got a babysitter, so do this basic look with me while we tell the story. So, it's December 6th of 1959. Dr. Harold Perelson, a respected physician, lived in a beautiful Spanish-style mansion in Los Feliz. He lived there with his wife, Lillian, and their 3 kids. 2 neighbors. They were the perfect family. Of course, they always start off as the perfect family before somebody goes crazy, right? Yep. And that's exactly what happened in this story. One night, Dr. Perelson snapped. He bludgeoned his wife to death as she slept with a hammer, and he chased his teenage daughter, Judy. She woke up in time to run all bloody into the streets, where all the neighbors and all the vecindario, all the barrio woke up because they heard commotion as she was screaming and full of blood and saying that her dad had just her mom and that he was trying to attack her. All the neighbors ran out. They were in their PJs. Kids were running in the street. The cops were called. Everybody wanted to know what was going on. Dr. Perelson saw that everybody was coming and looking for him. He went to the kitchen. He grabbed some acid and killed himself in a matter of minutes. I don't know why there just happened to be some acid in the kitchen, or if he knew where this alleged acid was, if he already knew that he was going to be killing his wife that night, and if he had that acid ready, who knows. But the neighbors and the police were inside, and they found the mom dead and the daughter traumatized. The youngest kids were alive. But where it gets really crazy is that everything was left in the house just as it was. So if they were eating a turkey on the freaking kitchen table, the turkey was left there half carved. The toys were left out in the living room. All the furniture, everything, the TV on, everything stayed as is. It was Christmas, so the Christmas tree was still standing. The presents were still wrapped up in the tree, under the tree. It's like time had stopped. After the murder, the surviving kids went to live with relatives. The mansion was sold, but the new owners never moved in. So that's weird too. Like, why would they buy the mansion and just never move in? Knowing the story, the kids in Los Feliz would play around the mansion grounds. They would tease each other and play truth or dare, and see who was brave enough to go in to see if they saw the ghost of the woman, of the wife, or just because they knew what had happened there and that time had literally stood still in that mansion. So even furniture, magazines from 1959, and toys, all collecting dust like a museum of murder. And here's where it gets even more weird. Neighbors reported seeing figures in the windows at night, even though nobody lived there. Someone claimed they heard voices and footsteps. So this is exactly what these little neighbor kids were trying to hear or trying to see, right? These weird things that were happening. Teenagers who snuck in said the house felt frozen. Christmas cards still stacked on the table, couches with blankets, even prescription bottles paused mid-breath. So, that is so creepy. Why do kids do that? Like, I know that crazy shit happens, but why do kids dare each other to go into these creepy places? Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, me and my friends used to do that too, but yeah. The house finally sold in 2016 after years of sitting vacant. Workers came to renovate, but rumors say some refused to go back inside. They claimed tools moved, doors slammed, and air felt thick, like the tragedy was still alive in the walls. The Los Feliz Murder House reminds us that sometimes the scariest stories aren't ghosts, they're people. But when people leave behind this much pain, who's to say it doesn't turn into something paranormal or evil? So I don't doubt that this Los Feliz house is haunted by not only this doctor's poor wife and family and trauma, but definitely possessed by whatever made him go crazy that day to kill his wife. And luckily, his other kids were safe. It's not just a crime, it's a haunting, whether from spirits or from the weight and the trauma of the memory. So through the years, nothing but chills went through the city of Los Feliz. Even Renovated, the Los Feliz Murder Mansion still holds its reputation, a place too heavy to ever truly feel like a home. So I don't know what I would do if I ever bought this beautiful mansion and was like, you know what, I'm going to invest in this beautiful mansion. I don't care if somebody was here and, you know, I don't know, maybe I would if it was for the right price, and maybe it just depends. I'd have it blessed, I'd sage it, I'd do something, I don't know. But next time you're heading out to LA, so like I said, it's very basic. I just need my lipstick, but I think I'm done. So that's it. That's quick, basic, just enough for me to get through my date with my hubby. We're gonna be in a dark theater anyways, watching The Conjuring, so I hope it does scare me. This has been Paranormal Palette, where makeup is simple, but the stories are anything but. Stay gorgeous, stay spooky, and remember, the real shadows aren't just in your palette. And make sure you join me for next time. Oh, great. That's why I hate talking about this shit, because things are moving in my closet. Next time, we're heading out to LA and back into a small town horror with a castle in California that hides a murder in its basement. Can you guys guess what story it is? You'll have to stay tuned. Have a creepy day, everybody.